not condone the consumption of alcohol by persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pints Pants Podcast, episode number 16. Today, we're going to talk about Fairy Blossom Festival, how you can win a pass to come see us and go there, and a whole bunch of other crap.
A few moments ago, now we weren't recording when this happened, but Mix just said, no flipping off the camera, nothing vulgar, we're classy. And then shortly after, in almost the same breath, I could say,
Yeah.
he let one loose. And then he said, oh, no, it doesn't smell. Oh, no, it does smell.
But it's not as
But
bad.
we're classy.
But it's not as bad as a lot of them, because this one was like,
Man.
wow. Oh, it's good. And then,
My
okay.
My
a little
personal
there.
favorite is when you're working somewhere really, really, really cold, and you're wearing just all the garments you can possibly, and you fart, and you're like, oh, this is terrible, but part of me is warm.
It's no, I can't escape it. It leaks up through you.
I know, right? Because your shirt's all tucked in. Yep.
Yeah.
You ever gone down a ladder
Uh-huh.
after letting one loose?
Yeah.
The worst is the beer farts. Like,
Oh.
with every step, you let a little tiny one loose.
Dark beer farts
Yes.
are the worst.
Yeah.
Because they're like,
Yep.
and you're like, oh man.
Ugh,
Oh man.
that is terrible.
That happens.
Oh.
That's usually what.
Or when you're working in an attic,
Uh-huh.
and there is no escape.
No, it's already hot and sweaty up there anyways.
Man.
So then you add
That's
that.
the real reason people install attic vents in their roofs.
Yeah.
That's the real reason. Same thing with basements. Or I'm sure you have a great basement. You have a great basement to even fart in.
Yeah, of course.
But crawl spaces.
And incense.
Yes. Yes.
Incense is my
Or
friend.
actual flame. Helps. Burns off the methane, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Anyways, but we're classy.
Yes, we are. We're classy. And that's a sweet blue shirt on. And we have some new lights. Why did I just look at it? I just looked right at that stupid thing.
I almost
so it's
followed
nice and
this
bright
poor
now. It's not hot as balls because we aren't
Yes.
using halogens. We're using LEDs.
We finally caught up to the UK back in the 90s.
And it's my $5 garage sale find. Or $10 garage sale find. $10. Like, yes, these are like $100 lights.
Oh,
I mean,
easily.
they're
Easily.
these ones aren't $100 a piece, but the quality is same as a $100 light.
Yeah.
So I was looking at a bunch of different light kits on Amazon. It was like 60, 70, 80, 90 for the big kits that, not refract the light, it's the other one.
Reflect.
I forget what the word.
That's the extent of my vocabulary.
I forget what the word is. It's what your headlights do basically. So it's like the light pushed back and then reflects off of that.
Reflect. But let us know in the
Jeff was
comments.
telling me what it was last night.
He is quite the intelligent human being.
Plus he had coffee, so he was like, it was good. I can always tell when he's had
Yep.
coffee. He's been sleeping outside.
Yeah.
On the deck?
Yeah, he does that every spring,
summer.
summer, and
Yeah.
quite a bit of fall. Actually.
He said he's only had to go in twice, and
He's
it's
a
been
tough
like
guy.
3 weeks or so he's been out there.
Yeah.
I better watch what I do outside. Walking around naked in the house.
He doesn't care. He was that generation where, I mean, he was in the military.
Oh yeah.
Pup showers, man.
Oh, I know.
No one cares.
I don't.
Could I get you to do one thing for me?
What?
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
But your corner of the tablecloth
Is my tablecloth
is tucked in, and it's thrown off my OCD. Thank you. I feel so much
actually,
better
I'm
now.
a little. Oh, there
Not
we
the
go.
beer, not the beer, not the beer, not
It
the
was
beer.
caught. It was caught. It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, now you were saying.
What was I saying?
Jeff, tough as
yeah,
balls.
Yeah. Like I'm at that point in my life now where I don't care anymore. Like before when I was younger, I was like, oh, I don't want anybody to see me. I'm embarrassed by everything.
Yeah, I passed that
At this point, it's not
as
like
well.
I'm like, look what I got packing here. It's just like,
That's right.
I don't.
Hair.
Yeah. Nope.
In my case, just hair.
There's a reason razors were invented.
Try it.
I don't like hair. You ever shave too much? You ever shave your butt crack?
Oh yeah.
There's a reason you don't do that. Because every fart goes. It's like. And when you start getting sweaty, it's like.
Yep.
You get that like ice skater cheek. That's what it reminds me of, like ice skaters doing that, like the racing.
That's exactly right.
Did that like twice, I think,
man.
in my life, and like both times, like I'm never doing this again. Like, oh, maybe I'll do it. Like, why did I do that?
I shaved my head. This one.
Yeah.
Twice. Because I really liked having just nothing up there, nothing down here. And eventually, if and when I go bald, I will probably be one of the bearded bald guys.
Oh, there you go.
Probably with bigger glasses, just for fun. Maybe a fake mustache. On top of the real mustache.
Oh, and as people notice, I got rid of Old Faithful.
The memorial's on Saturday.
And it didn't take me as long this time either. Because the last time I cut it off, when I had my good one.
I think he was just shaving around the mustache and then he sneezed.
No, I was just... It was frustrating me a little bit because my hair grows weird on both sides. So, like, this side grows in thicker than this side does. And it was like, I could never get it level. And it was always like,
so which one's the German side?
I think it's this one. Class A podcasts.
Anyways, back to the fart jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are now just
I don't even know where we're going with that.
denouncing Mick.
Hey, I know some German people. You do too. Old German guys.
love that guy.
Who like to say, see Kyle out in public. Vince, I know you're 90, but stop. You can't do that.
Don't do the thing.
But you gotta love him.
I do love that guy. He's very encouraging to talk to.
He's like,
well, it's the
he's
absolute best
90.
for everyone, but
3?
oh, he has been through some things.
Oh,
Wow.
You have no idea.
Yeah, you
I
damn
know.
right. I
I
have
know
no
all
idea.
the stories. He used to tell me about some of them. He showed me a tankard he's got. He gave me a couple, but he showed me this one. It's got like this fisherman. He's got a girl on him. He's like running, and it's got this German writing around it. And so he's telling me about it, and said it's a story of a guy who couldn't find a wife, so he put bait on his hook that would entice this young girl, and he caught her, and then he kidnapped her and ran away with her. It's like an old German tale. Like, that's interesting. And he was laughing. I mean, he was laughing the whole time. Like, he put the bait on there, and then he kidnapped her.
In the tale's defense, German women have been stereotypically able to hold their own.
Oh, yeah. Inga? Oh, man. Inga was... She loved everybody, but you crossed her, man. Whew. Yep.
My wife is, as stereotypically the girls of our generation do, always think that she is just not thin enough.
Oh, yeah.
And I really wish she could have met my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mom was a sheetrocker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not only did she raise 3 children, so that gives the girl some arms.
Oh, yeah,
right?
definitely.
Holding 3 different babies.
Gives you hip and like, yeah.
Sheetrocker.
Nice.
And I mean old school sheetrocker, because my dad didn't buy modern tools, right? I'm
Hammer and nails.
the first in my family to own a sheetrock jack.
Yeah. And what did it do the first week you had it?
Broke.
Exactly.
That being said,
exactly.
It's from Harbor Freight, so generally I expect a couple of minor breaks, and it is a minor break.
Yeah.
It's only if you're working with like a 12-foot sheet of rock, which, let's face it, I ain't gonna do.
No. We don't want to do that.
Yeah,
That's
and then
not
it's
fun.
just a brace, so it doesn't slide 12 more feet over. Like, it's not gonna happen anyway.
No.
If it was a support, I may have sent it back, but the thing weighs about 200 pounds.
Nice.
They
I don't know.
packaged it in cardboard.
But it is in pieces.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Still
then it's
weighs
still,
200 pounds.
But the weight's distributed.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I think I told you a story about it, but I'm not sure. My dad's uncle actually invented that.
Yes.
But
Definitely tell the viewers the story. This is good stuff.
But he was at a bar or something, and he'd always just jot his stuff down. But he was a heavy drinker. Like he was a fly. But he would always show people like, oh, something I came up with, and he actually wrote out and had it made out of wood, and this whole sheetrock jack. And somebody took that napkin, and they now have quite a bit of money because they stole his idea. That happened like 4 times to him. No wonder why I stayed at the bar.
So, we need to get this patent system figured out.
Yeah, I know.
Hang out at the bar.
I have a few things that I need to get copyrighted, mainly for Tinker and the Elf. I told you that
I've got a few really stupid inventions that I would buy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you never know. You never know what people will buy.
You're right.
That's the thing.
Correct.
Did I tell you that there's somebody that made a little video for our reach out for an animator?
Oh.
He took...
That's fantastic
yeah,
news.
It's all right. I mean, I haven't got back to him. Sorry if you're watching. I haven't got back to you. I've been super busy. Trying to get stuff... Yeah, no. Trying to get Fairy Blossom Festival stuff going. So I haven't had time to reply to the emails and things. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. But I'm not sure if it's the same, like, if it's what I want.
No. Bear in mind, you're never going to be 100% in agreement with your animator.
No. I understand. But before I send him, like, say, hey, I want you to do this.
Oh, you got to get your copyright.
I want my artwork to be copyrighted because I worked too damn hard on
this.
Yes,
you did. Yes, you did.
I've spent a couple weeks drawing my characters and finally getting it right and being like, yes, this is mine. I don't want to sound anybody else's thing. Unless it's Rooster Teeth. You can go ahead and buy my stuff. Take my things.
Keyword buy.
Yeah, buy. I'll still write it. You can just have me work for you.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I could work from home. Or if if you're watching and you're an animator, let me know. Because the style of it is like the modern cartoons, Camp, Gravity Falls.
I've seen a little bit of
Loud
both
House,
of those.
like stuff like that.
What's that one with the super ugly faces?
That's called a mirror. There comes the Muttley.
I think it's Loudmouth. I think that's the one I was
the
thinking
Loud House.
Loud House.
Okay.
Oh,
No, you're thinking that
something mouth.
The one on Netflix, the Big Mouth or something like that.
Big Mouth. Okay.
Yeah,
that's probably it.
I haven't watched that one. That one looks too. Ugh.
Can't do it.
I don't think I can bring myself.
I'd rather go outside and frame something.
See,
poorly.
but then that being said, then I go and I go buy myself the VR system. that VR system is so fun.
Oh, speaking of framing, weird side note segue.
Yeah, segue. Sure. Yep. It's gonna go ahead and lean on over this way.
Almost got a customer of my own for just a real small painting job because basically I saw this older gentleman being helped by the local hardware store paint guy.
Yeah.
Just load single cans of paint, like not 5-gallon cans, but single gallon cans. He needed help with those. So I thought, okay, here's this older guy, needs help with that. Chances are pretty high he's gonna need some help putting the paint on the walls.
Could be. Yeah.
Like,
I have an armpit itch.
That's why I just go like this. But I figured man, I could spare some time to help out a local elderly guy. It's not a big deal. Plus, I kind of like painting when it's done. Right?
Yeah.
Like the before, it looks even rough when you're carving into it.
Yeah.
I like the before and after contrast. I really like that. But basically, I didn't even get the guy's name because I didn't shake his hand long enough.
Oh, really?
And I didn't look him in the eye long enough.
Is that what he said?
Because I have things to do. Didn't even get his name. Because he just wasn't interested. Because I didn't sit there and hold his hand and just stare him in the eye.
Yeah. Hey.
I got better things to do,
old
man.
people, though. I mean.
Yeah. No, you're right.
See, but then
you're right.
That's where, even in your line of work, it's a service business.
It is.
So a lot of the things you do is a service business.
Yeah.
Because you got to do what you got to do.
And it's weird. Because I've noticed that these older gentlemen and women as well will come up to me when I'm working on someone else's house. and ask for if I have a business card, name information. Like, yeah, I got a couple of things I could pay you to do. And they have no problem taking up a little bit of my time, 5, 10, 15 minutes, just talking. But when I go over and work on their house, oh, they better not see me talking to the neighbors. Oh, no. Oh, no, I ain't ever calling him again. Nope. And that's what I can't stand about baby boomers. One of the many things I can't stand about baby boomers.
It all depends.
And one day someone's going to say this about me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you'll see it in the comments. It all depends on... It's like how, like your attitude, I guess, and how much you're getting done. If you're punctual when you get there and you start the job and you're doing it, and they offer you coffee and you talk with them for a few minutes and you say, okay, well, I'm back to it and do this stuff.
Absolutely.
And then you go and then you talk to the neighbor, but then you're back to what you're doing. Then,
you got to be quick at talking to the neighbor.
Yeah, or just say, hey, I'm working on something, but if you want to talk to me,
yeah. And I've had to do that many, too many times.
Do you have your own business cards?
Not yet.
You need to print up,
but that was another thing I did wrong.
You just need to print up some cards that say your name, your phone number, and your email. There you go.
Yeah.
And say Handyman. Handyman.
No.
Why not?
General repairs.
Handyman.
No, because as business classifications go, you can do handyman, but that's a actual classification. So if I'm going to register myself as a general contractor, I can register myself as a handyman.
You don't have to do that. Just having the card, Drew Smith, I do things.
I do things done well.
There you go, yeah.
I done do things well. But I believe in this county, handyman classification of an independent contractor can make $2,000 a year.
Oh, really? No,
it's
got to be more.
It might be 4. I think in multiples. It's very confusing.
Yeah, but if you work under the table, and that's what most of them do.
Obviously, right?
Wow. It's better than mowing lawns.
Sometimes, if you have allergies like I do.
Yeah.
My allergies have allergies.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. That was good.
Yeah, pretty happy with that one. Did you see the one about me choking on pizza?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and my wife said, "Well, pizza is life, but apparently it's not breath."
That was good, and I see you're getting the hang of it now.
While I was still choking, I'm learning,
which is good, and it's way better than Facebook. And deal with all like garbage, and it's just like
I like Facebook for the marketplace, for the dump a day, funny picture dump.
Yeah, that's
I like
good.
that.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's easier. I mean, and you used to only have 140 characters. Now you have 280.
Oh wow.
That was a weak one. I'm sorry, Bane. That was for you. But I'll get another one. I still have another beer here. So.
I thought only George R.R. Martin could kill 280 characters in one tweet.
Nope, he's not the only.
I know the joke's been overused.
It has, but it's all right.
I interrupted you saying something much more interesting than what I was going off on a tangent of.
I don't know. How about we talk about Fairy Blossom Festival?
Yeah.
Let's just talk about that for a few minutes. I'll go ahead and look up some of the stuff that's going to be there. But to start it off, though, we're going to be at the Fairy Blossom Festival, which is the Renaissance Fair in PL, Washington this year. The theme is Midsummer Games. PL. Like, taking a pee. What you doing, P and L?
And now we know where the name came from.
Yeah.
Someone named Al.
Or he's peeing.
Elwood.
Elwood, yeah. P and L. So the Fairy Blossom Festival is a small Renaissance fair. Actually, it's not really even that small this year. It's actually quite big. Yes. It's not as big as the Buckley one, but it's pretty big.
We don't have spalds.
It's in the woods though.
If you don't know what a spald is, it's a construction term for the size of gravel. All right, so you've got your pea gravel, which is just itty bitty. You can drop a couple in a beer can, right? You got your normal average gravel that people picture, which would probably sit there on the top of the beer can, but not be able to fit into the beer. And then a spald is roughly this big. That's a spald. It's about the size of your fist or the size of your head, somewhere around there.
I know the
gravel.
I know the lager term for those when they're half buried, but I cannot say them.
Tripping hazard is what it is. But
Yes.
yeah, I think I know that term you're thinking of.
You know the word.
Yeah.
And then hearing all
Makes
these
you
old,
fall down.
hearing all these loggers talking about those, and like, oh, you just dig them out. I'm like, nah, just blast them off. Like, that's so much worse when you call it the other name. So much worse. Old loggers know. Anyways, back to the Fairy Blossom Festival. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be part of the bar, which is gonna be awesome. 21 and over. So that kind of sucks for
We
people
may
that aren't.
remember some
but,
of this occasion.
we're gonna have a part that's going to be open a little bit, so you can kind of see what's going on, and we're gonna have some stuff for sale there as well. So
Poke your head in.
I'm just gonna go ahead and name the things that are gonna be there. Might as well.
Alright.
So we have these are some of the vendors, and you can look them up. Go to fairyblossomfestival.com to see these yourself. Stupid Google, trying to look at giving me ads for things I just bought. Looking at my stuff.
Oh,
so,
man.
see, the
I
first
got a
one
story
here
about that, too.
is Watson's Whimsies. I like that name. That's a pretty good name.
It's a good name.
I'm not sure what they are. Walt's Art and Trade. Go on.
I would like to buy some art. Some local art while I'm there.
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of stuff.
We still have those little paintings Rhonda made.
Oh, yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah, on proper canvas. With
Actual
oil base.
paintings.
And she was just doodling.
Yeah.
Just having fun, just doodling.
Yeah, it's just good.
Pretty sure I can see most of the colors.
Oh, I'm
Freaking
sure.
love those
She
doodles.
is mostly gray. I think it's gray, black, and white. It's the same with Bob Ross.
I've just about lost my mind watching Bob Ross for the first time paint in Greyscale.
It was pretty great. It was very great.
Man.
All right, so the next one's going to be there is Tinkered by Trade. I believe he was there last year. Then you have the Pixie Dance Hoops. That's probably more for the kids. And this year's going to be a lot
And or
family-oriented.
us after too many beers.
Probably.
Just the right amount of beers.
And that's one of the cool things is it's going to be a lot more family oriented this year,
beers.
which is cool. So there's going to be a lot more things for the kids to do and younger people.
We'll actually pull in a lot more people
Because
if it's something for the kids.
Last year we were kind of the babysitter booth, and
Oh,
it kind of sucked.
man.
It kind of sucked for our business, but we, everybody loved us that evening, so that was good.
Yeah. It was almost a public service.
Yeah.
Because it was free.
Harden's
Anyways.
Mystic Emporium. That's the next one.
Definitely want to check that one out.
Arden thy hair. Or Arden. I did that last time. Adorn thy hair. I don't know why I say it that way. Arden. Stupid. Clan Bosco. Not sure what Clan Bosco is.
Okay.
Then you have the Royal Court. It's probably part of the Royal Court stuff. Game of Threads. Obviously clothing. Mabel by Design. Makeup. Maybe. Or clothing. Not sure.
Could be both.
Fire and Flames Sunrise. Sundries.
Sundries.
Sundries?
Well, it is sun dries because they were goods left out to dry in the sun.
Okay, sundries. That makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
Fire and Flame sundries.
Now
okay.
it's like miscellaneous merchandise.
Okay. Kiwis, Terpsicles. I like that one. That's a good name. I did this last time too.
That's all right.
Eclectic Origin Z.
All right.
Eclectic Origins.
Definitely.
I think that's how you say it.
Definitely looking forward to that one. Don't feel bad. I'm
Sheila's.
a couple of beers in already tripping over my own tongue.
Fantasy candles and live demos. So candles, nice. Probably have some pretty cool ones.
Probably a little bit of live show there.
My Soulful Journey. Sounds like a podcast. My Soulful Journey.
Strikes me as
Welcome to NPR. This week on My Soulful Journey, we're going to dig into the eyes and the mind of a chipmunk.
Literally with scalpels. Medieval scalpels. That means they're dull.
I have accessories of Fae. You have to say it like that. Fae. Green Fire Goods. Ginger Surprises. Oh, I kind of added a weird sh on my S's. Mishu.
When you have a kid and you're surprised because it's a ginger.
Now, this is my favorite one. Ye old Tupperware. That's a good one too. How long does this stay good? I don't know, a day or two. This one here is made out of the finest sheepskin.
That'd be funny if it was just cast iron pots, lids, and like a sap seal.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
That's the old Tupperware.
You get it hot and you just stick it on there and you hope it stays good.
Probably will.
The Enchanted Face Painter.
Good deal.
Cool. Oh, would you like the Legonitis, sir?
Yes, I would.
Sure, that one's good.
Could you tell me again how to say this name?
Legonitis.
Legonitis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At least that's how I've heard it.
That sounds a lot better than what pops in my head.
Because most people say Legonitis. Legonitis.
Yeah.
Legonitis. But
Legonitis.
Legonitis sounds like more
Yeah, because in I.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can see the label, but it's going to be delicious.
A little something, something. It's one of my favorites.
So I'm going to try this ring here.
And this is just
By
an
taking it off of my finger first. So
And, you know, I got this one because I wanted something a little less powerful than that one because that's 8.6. And this is 7.5, so like, well, it's not as powerful, but still. It
works.
sucks.
Doesn't hurt, though.
That's good. Still sucks, though. I hate that bottle opener.
Sorry, I've interrupted you.
That's so fine. Lowell's Creations. That's another one's going to be there. Willow the Wisp. Red Wolf Ltd.
Ah, yes. Fantastic leather crafting.
Awesome. Which I'm going to need some.
I can do quite a bit of leather working myself, but every time I go in there, I'm like...
Mm-hmm. So speaking of leather, Hobby Lobby sells bags of remnants. I got a bag of remnants of straps and things for like $7.
That's fantastic.
And it's a big old bag. I'm like, oh,
that
this is
is
exactly
really
what I need.
fantastic.
Because I need to redo all my armor, which I'm working on. And then the last one on here is Full Moon Rising Body Care so far. And there is there's 4.
Heck.
So there's 4 booths available if you want to vend at this event. But you better do it very soon. It's coming up at the end of the month, end of next month. So actually, basically end of the month because this is almost done. This month's almost done.
Mm-hmm. It's the 30th today.
Yeah, so one more day, and then it's the 1st. So you guys have a couple weeks before you can register to vend.
I got another little shipment of things.
There you go, Bane. Let it out. There you go.
That was good.
Let's see. And so this is the best part, though. This is the best part. The Tipsy Pixie, which is the bar, the tavern, the awesome area. I'll go ahead and read this right here. This says that this is the beverage and tabletop gaming area put on with a sear meadery. Eric is amazing. Your stuff is great. We'll look forward to drinking your mead again. And we do buy some. We will buy some. You don't have to give it to us for free, but, if you want to.
I'll be bringing some home. I actually have a wine shelf now. Which
is good. But
yes.
will it stay on there?
The mead won't. The cheap wine that I buy and age on the shelf will stay there, but the mead... No, that is... I love that guy's mead. My grandfather used to make mead.
Yeah.
Now, this guy was incredibly allergic to bee stings.
Oh.
I mean, like massive swellings if he ever gets stung.
Yeah.
Like, it was bordering on unsafe for him to be keeping bees.
Like more than one, and he'd die.
Yeah. I mean, he was a tough guy.
Yeah.
Which is why he did these things. But basically, he loved.
Good. You can't even see your face.
I don't even recognize you. But he loved making and drinking mead so much. He kept bees anyway.
Hey, and you know what? Once they're comfortable with you, they're fine.
Yeah.
As long as you don't screw with them.
Jeff's bees have never stung me.
No, me neither.
Ever.
The ones that usually sting you are yellow jackets.
Yeah.
Yellow jackets, hornets, bald face hornets.
Yeah, and I'm pretty tough on hornets around here. Like I go right after them real quick when the nest is small.
Man, nothing worse than a yellow jacket coming up on your face.
Yeah. Sorry.
And you if you step on them, they let out a pheromone that attracts the other ones.
Yep.
So yeah, if you step on it, you run. So okay, I'm gonna read this again.
Sorry.
So the Tipsy Pixie is
a little bit sorry.
The beverage and tabletop gaming area put on with the Sear Meadery. Eric, you're great, and Stupid Mystic Forest, us. when we do gaming, and we're going to do a podcast from there as well. So, hey, you never know. You might be in it if you're back behind us. And it says, here you will find a place to sit with your food or to otherwise play all manner of board and tabletop games with friends, which is going to be awesome because we have quite a few. And a couple that I've made, and you can try them out there. You can put an order in, and I will make them for you. You can buy my games that I've made.
I still haven't beaten this guy at Neffeltoffel, and I'm really looking forward to the day that I beat this guy at Neffeltoffel. Actually, that would be a great motivation for me to save one of Asir's Meadery's bottles.
Asir Meadery, yeah, okay.
For the day that I beat you at Neffeltoffel.
You could, yes, you could. You could do that.
It's a good idea.
They also have camping, which is pretty awesome. You can come and stay the weekend. I'll give you the prices on the tickets. Tickets.
You can look those up online, of course.
Yeah, you can look it up as well. So a full weekend ticket is $45. It's one adult. So people, you understand that we're giving away one of these weekend passes. So this is what it includes. There's another one for you, Ben. One adult weekend festival ticket, which is good for all 3 days. One camping and parking, one campsite and parking. The Stone Soup potluck, which where basically all the vendors afterward get together and hang out and eat and stuff. Access and use of the community camping kitchen, which is pretty sweet. Apparently we get a paper bag. You get a paper bag snack. Didn't know that.
All right, cool.
So apparently we're getting food there, which is all right. And then all access to the weekend's activities, games, entertainment, and workshops. Some workshops may be individually ticketed.
Right.
We're still working on how we're gonna do some of our gaming stuff. It may be free, and it might be a little bit to pay some for some of the games. We're not sure yet.
A couple of dollars one way or another.
Couple bucks.
You will have fun.
So a child's ticket, 5 to 12, is is $25. Then you have the family ticket's pretty cool. I mean, it'd be cool to give away one of these, but we can't afford that right now. It's a little much. $120, but this includes 2 adults, 2 kids, camping, the potluck, bag stack, access to the camping kitchen, and access to all the things during the weekend.
If you had a good RV setup and you were comfortable with camping, that would not be a bad deal.
That'd be awesome. And then you have day tickets.
Yeah.
So the day tickets is $20 a person. Kidlet. She put Kidlet on there. Kidlets are $15, and for those you get the festival, parking, and then use of the community camping kitchen, and then access to everything that's in the thing. But go ahead, check that out. FairyBlossomFestival.com. Get your tickets today. And if you want to, comment on this video or the last one, but you have to subscribe. Gotta make sure you subscribe, and you will be entered into the Fairy Blossom Festival weekend ticket giveaway. That's good for one adult for the weekend. So that's what I have for that.
And if we have any time travelers in the audience, meet us last Thursday, 8 p.m. here.
Yeah, because that was a good one. Well, like I said, I think wine is probably... Sake is good. I think sake is different. It hits me different because I think that was
lovely sakes in the world,
and you know what?
we're
I was
gonna
in
sample so many of them.
Freaking Seattle, and I went to not Daiso, but I went to across the street from Daiso. It's the Asian store in the red light district. And I didn't pick up my sake because I thought we were gonna go back in there because I took Riley to go to the bathroom. We didn't. Freaking that Chochikobai, the extra dry that I had, the good one.
Yes.
$9 a bottle. Ugh. I might have my brother pick me up some and send it to me.
Yes.
But he's going to send me like 20 packages of soft salad. Not even what you think what it is. What do you think soft salad is?
Trying to make salad with lettuce that's a week old?
Nope. Soft salad is this little like rice cake thing that's salty, but then it has like a sweet drizzle on it. It's like
sounds amazing.
It's Asian snackage, and it's so good. Why are Asian snacks so good? Like, here's some dried fish that we threw some salt on. Like, ooh, that's gonna be gross, but I gotta try it. It's so good.
Right?
Every time. Some seaweed, or not seaweed, ground up squid chip things.
Yeah, and you're thinking ground up squid.
Yeah.
And you
Soy
try it,
sauce.
it's
Soy sauce
freaking
flavor.
amazing.
And it's kind of sweet and salty. And you're just like, oh, it's so good.
Speaking of Asian cuisine, we went to Samurai Sushi.
I had a thought, and I wasn't going to let it out. Yes? Samurai,
went to-
it's right there going to Hokkien. Hokkien.
Yeah, so that's in Aberdeen proper.
Yep.
And I have absolutely no complaints about their food. Nothing about the service. The restaurant was clean. Just fantastic
little pricey.
dining experience. But the prices, a little bit high. But, it was an anniversary. I was okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. And then you suggested Maxi Teriyaki. Mm-hmm. That's in Cosmopolis. So right before you get to Aberdeen. So we went in there just on a whim. And it was better.
Yep. And their prices are better.
Their prices are half. Not even half.
See, but the thing about Samurai, though, is because they are very good and they have alcohol and things, which that's a big
that's
a
a
big
good
sell.
one,
So
yes.
you can sit there and have sake with your meal. When when
Bud Light.
ugh, no, they have tap beer. They have like fishtail or something, or they have Mac and Jacks or
Fishtail in the sushi joint.
yeah, it's pretty good.
What you did there, I see it.
When I want to say Rye again. Rye's my daughter, not Riley. When Bobby and I went for our anniversary, I said, okay, I want this, and she wanted that thing. I said, they said anything else for us? And I said, well, it's our anniversary, so surprise us. Just give us something, Anniversary.
Yeah, and we'll pay for it, obviously.
And he gave us this like boat with like 3 different things on it. It was huge. It was expensive. I mean, it was like
Right.
It was like $30 for that one thing, but it was like, oh man, it was so good. Yep, and he came over and said happy anniversary to us.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and I told you I saw the dude, the Cavalier from Ren Fair like years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw him. He lives in
Yeah.
Aberdeen somewhere.
Oh, really?
I reckon I'm like,
I know that guy from
and
somewhere.
I went up to him like, I think I know you. And he's kind of, oh, what? And like, yeah, you're real familiar. And I asked what he does, and he's like, oh, like, do you do Renaissance fairs and things? Like, oh yeah.
Yep,
I
that'd
do a
be
lot of those.
where-
Like, I do know you. You were walking the plank a few years ago. You were a pirate. He's like, well, Cavalier. Like, yeah, okay.
Literally walking the plank. Like taking the plank aboard out for a walk with a leash and everything.
He tied a rope to it. He didn't drill a hole in it. He tied a rope to the plank. And he's the one that we asked what he was drinking. And he said, half pale, half cider. Snakebite.
Yep. Yeah,
One of
that
my
was...
favorite Ren Fair drinks.
Oh, man,
We might-
memories.
I'm thinking this year maybe.
I gotta try that again. I gotta try that
You know
again.
what we could do? Instead of doing wine at the Ren Fair, we could just get a.
He's got one of his elfish ideas.
I do.
Or- hang on.
Elfin.
gonna be good.
Elfin drink, man. Or it'd be Legolas. I think I feel something in my pinky. We could get a 6-barrel of a pail,
Ooh.
and then pick up some cider, and then mix it ourselves.
All right.
But that could be our own thing. We may give you a sip if you're in the area. If you give us $1 or $2, you never know. Tips are always welcome. And don't forget your towel.
Not payments.
No. That's
Tips.
Tips. Yeah, and I
We
think
have a
we're
fantastic
gonna have
little
a
chest
yeah,
for just tips now.
Little
It's gonna
tip jar. It's gonna be great.
mix putting this entire thing together. I'm just helping by throwing a wrench at his bicycle.
It's
as
gonna be
he's driving
good.
by.
I have some things. Well, we need to do the game. We need to do that the next week or so. We need to get it at least started.
Yes.
Um.
I have a freaking brand new table saw now.
Yeah.
With no broken parts.
Nice.
So I can actually make the things. I'm so excited. So freaking excited.
So whenever you want to come over, just come on over. I don't even have to be here. It's in the basement, so you can you can come over and just cut the things.
All right.
We have that. I would need to finish Neftafel. I need to finish putting it together. Not playing it, just putting it together.
I love that game. I
good.
can't help it.
It's
I
a
just
really good
freaking
game.
love that game.
It's a very, very good game.
I've lost to Mick at that game,
I'm
what, 3
thinking-
times now in a row?
You beat me once.
Did I?
Yeah. Because then you're just screwing with me. I'm like, keep moving. Maybe. I don't know. I think we played 2 different variations of the rules because I can't remember. I don't know the exact rules to all of it. I know the basic.
We'll get it all ironed out here in a couple of days.
One rule that you could fudge on.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking with that I
might
might
want fudge. Damn it.
The pieces, because they're pretty light and they fall over really easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking of drilling a hole in the bottom of it and driving like a nail in it, and so it's flush with the bottom.
Oh, roofing nails.
Something like that. Yeah, but like
I have an actual
I want it to
nails.
be like flush with the bottom. So
yeah,
paddle bit it down just a little bit and then
yeah,
throw it down there. Because then so that way it's nice and flush and they're kind of heavy.
Oh man, we could make eventually, and the years to come, we can make a steampunk Nuffletaffel.
Definitely.
Like
Easily.
steampunk Norse.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, I like this.
Easily.
I like this.
So easy to make.
A hand crank alternator to keep all the pieces upright. Now, if you fail, the pieces start falling over, and your entire game is compromised.
You mean like magnet?
Yeah, but it electromagnet.
Huh.
So you got a roofing nail or something at the bottom of each piece pointing up.
So if it's like your turn, whoever's turn
you have to keep it going.
Whoever's turn
and
it is,
if you take
has to do
too
it.
long, if you get tired, the entire game collapses.
Huh. Oh, that makes sense.
Be interesting, right? I mean, you'd have to have a rather large tabletop game to hold an actual tiny
like
alternator. Exactly. But that would be something interesting. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fun. Guys, if you want to build that thing,
do it.
Go ahead.
Do it. Since the thought just popped in my head. Also with Fairy Blossom Festival, follow her on Facebook.
Be there.
Yes, be there as well. And also follow the Gilded Quill on Twitter. I kind of cut that out. Twitter.
I've only just joined Twitter, and I'm still getting the hang of it.
I still am too. It's hard when you first start, but it's good. Did you turn your night mode on so it's black screen instead of red or instead of white? It doesn't blind you.
There's a night mode.
It's in your settings. Dark mode, dark theme, man.
The elf, ladies and gentlemen. The
dark
elf.
themes.
That reminds me of the time when we were playing. It wasn't Fortnite. It was Destiny.
Oh yeah.
And you were telling me about this setting for colorblind people to play.
Yeah, it's like 3 different ones.
Yeah. So I turned and no change. I didn't see any change at all.
So you're on the other part of the spectrum.
I'm way up there, Morty. Way out of there.
I'm wondering how VR would be for you then, since you're kind of colorblind.
I tried it just the once. I tried your VR with
you tried the phone thing.
With the little terror.
Yeah, that was on the phone.
When you're the little kid stuck in the bed and these toys are all swirling around you. I feel like apologizing to your couch. As a guy, I'm used to being using my hands all the time, my arms, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't keep a gun at my bedside in case of an intruder. I'd feel much more secure keeping a framing hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what I have experience using.
Yeah.
And playing a VR, being a little kid, can't use your arms at all. That freaked me the hell out.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So that's then you have the games, like Resident Evil 7, which scary game as it is, scary game. It's creepy. 7 was good because it was
all of the creepy.
It was worse than the other ones because the other ones is like zombie-ish and there's that's what it is, like zombie things. This one is the bayou. Out in the middle of the swamp, old family.
Oh,
who kidnapped and ate people. So, what really could happen?
So many things.
No, like that's something that probably has happened. If anybody has watched True Detective, the first season,
it has.
And it's creepy. I mean, there's some things in it too that like you have the weird little blob things that come up and.
Right.
It's like, that's
definitely sci-fi.
Yeah. But in VR, it is so scary. Played the game before. It's like, oh, jump scare. Oh, okay, whew, that was too bad. But it was like, oh, good, intense game. VR, walking through. It makes it so much worse because when you're playing a game on the console,
Bunch of little tiny burps.
you're looking at a screen, and you want to look around the corner, so you have to turn your thing around. So you turn your thing, and then you go.
Yep.
Or you slowly eke your way into it. With VR, you have from me to you worth of movement I can do, so I can walk over to this wall and I can go. Okay, we're good. And every little
Right?
just I almost fell over once because I was looking. I bent down to look at this like dead crow on the ground, and I actually touched the thumbstick, so it moved forward, and I went whoa. I had to put my hand down on the ground. Whew.
I actually I played through Mad Max, and I got to the end of the story. Yeah, there's a couple of jump scares that legitimately got me.
Let's go. Ugh.
Like, normally I can anticipate the jump scare happens, and I just keep playing.
You feel stupid too. You're like, God,
I know, right?
Why did that scare me?
But a couple of them, they got me good.
Did you play Until Dawn?
Not yet. No.
That's the one I played like just a little past the intro, and I looked at Bobby and said, "I'm gonna jump so bad at this game. I'm gonna play."
If you jump, I'm gonna have to wear my brown pants.
It gets you, and it's all just that like noise.
Right.
What the hell?
Speaking of audio, do you want to check ours?
It's
Just for
good.
fun?
I see the bars moving. So
Okay, good.
yeah.
The elf has such a good grasp of these electronics.
I'm thinking that,
and I feel bad being called the tinker, honestly, because I can build things, I can fix things, but electronics,
yeah.
Nope.
Alright.
Nope. I can do electrical, but that's where it stops.
That's my worst. That's like my least favorite construction thing to do is electrical. Hate it.
Just ground
I just-
everything.
It's not just like I'm afraid to get cooked. It's just I hate doing it because it's so tedious, and you have to
Exactly.
You gotta strip this little piece of the wire, and you gotta bend it, and you gotta put this in this little hole. And
Yep. Exactly. Especially when you're bending over a countertop in a kitchen.
It's annoying. That's what those little I have a different name for them, but the little gardening pads.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of for your elbows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That is
I've heard it from I've heard them called something else, different kinds of pads, but
Well, they're kneeling pads for your knees. If you've ever worn knee pads, the cheap ones,
then you have a problem. I had to do it.
my personal favorite
Then you need
is
Jesus.
I had some really, really cheap knee pads, but they were comfortable.
Nice.
And they were just broken in, obviously, because I don't buy things new if I could possibly help it. But they had the hard plastic on the outside and just super soft on the inside.
Yeah.
See, you knelt down and it was great.
Yeah.
They were very comfortable. But if you knelt down on something that was slick, you go, and you fall down.
Oh yeah, that happens. Yeah.
Which I nearly did on the chair.
I saw that. It was close. But I'm happy you didn't grab the table, so it would have pulled everything over. But also, you would have probably slammed into
Totally
the
got
glass and the
raucous.
stuff over there. And the waitress would have been mad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Betty.
Anyways.
I think I'm gonna stick with this beer.
This is a good beer.
This is actually one of my favorites. I really like this one a lot. And Marcus, I sent him his package Tuesday.
Did you fart in it?
No,
I
I
told you to.
didn't. But it's gonna be great
He didn't fart in it.
because I gave him stipulations that he has to open it on a podcast. So
Yep.
we're a couple weeks out for it because I think he had 2 backlog.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
I kind of wanted to do it like this week, but whatever, Marcus. You have backlog.
Good for him.
Because it's good.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But it's good because I taped up the box all awesomely.
Did you use
I
3 rolls of duct tape? And
No,
just...
I didn't. I should have, but I did some stuff on the inside. Don't worry, nothing sticky. I just poured a whole jar of honey. Just dumped it in there. Yeah, I have honey. I like honey.
We live right next door to a beekeeper.
Plus my uncle.
Yes.
Where are they going with that? Marcus, things. Marcus you need to watch this. Like at this point, Marcus, if you're not watching, I'm sorry, because I thought we were friends. And,
We'll go right back to making fun of you.
I thought you were like a fan, like I was of yours, and went through all your backlog. But I guess if you're not watching, that's how it is. But you need to have Jack's face cam on when it happens. When you open the box and everything, he needs to be there, and you need to read off all of them, except for the one little thing. It's fine. Just the big things you need to read them off, but you need to read them off in order. So, if we're friends, you'll do this for me. So now put him on the spot.
You want to tell us about your hat?
Oh, yes.
I really love that symbol,
I don't know if
by the
anybody
way.
have noticed, I'm wearing this hat here, but I'm going to get up in the camera.
For your audio listeners, get better equipment.
So, instead of leaning down, I'm just going to do this. So this is the sweet new, hold on, pink thing on my head there. This is the new SMF symbol hat. You can pick one of these babies up pretty soon. It's gonna be out really, really, really soon. I'm talking really loud because my mic's over there, but
At a reasonable price.
Looking at the hat there, yeah, I'm working on getting a good supply of them done before we can sell them. Because price wise, I need to find somebody who can do it a little bit better for the price on these. Otherwise, I'm gonna charge like $30 a hat. No one's gonna pay that crap.
Right. And again, if you really, really like the hat, just let us know.
Yeah.
And we can make it to order.
And yeah, we'll have it ready to go.
Same
very
thing
soon.
with a lot of the games.
But they're gonna be available probably after the Fairy Blossom. So probably early July, they'll be available for you to buy. And also we have our Stupid Mystic 4 shirts. Do you want to grab the one of the shirt over there? Let's go ahead and grab that one right there. Yeah. Pull it up here a little more. Put it up the camera. Bam! You can have one of these. Made the green screen all weird. But you can get one of those awesome bad boys right now. And you can do it by going to Patreon and buying a stupid merch box.
Not Patron, by the way.
Not Patron. Patron's gross. But Patreon is really good. You can get a stupid merch box, which has one of those. Maybe even one of these. You can choose. You can choose.
Maybe.
You can choose.
One of these.
Nah, I don't want those. But there's going to be a special gift. Some stickers with this sweet new symbol on it. And possibly either a hat or shirt or one of these hats. You can choose which one on there. So $35, you can pick one of those up. If you feel like it, you can give us just $1. If you want to donate.
Comes with a free fart.
All the proceeds go to getting better equipment.
Because we're classy.
Better things to get out there for you guys. And also, if you want to, for $5. I know it's asking a lot for $5. I'm not really even asking. You can just do it if you want to. I don't care. I really don't, because we're gonna keep paying ourselves anyways. We're not in this for the money. We're in this for entertainment.
The beer.
And having beer. For $5 though, you will get a special thank you at the end of one of these podcasts. And on our website, which is under construction right now, we'll put you as a backer on there. So think about it. Where are we at? Yeah, we're still good. We're only at 54 minutes.
I got
Not even
another
an
topic
hour.
I wanted to wander into.
Okay, let me finish this little bit. Go ahead.
Agreed. So,
Now, are you talking to them or are you talking to me?
the audience.
Okay.
Because they're far more important than you.
Okay.
You're the talent behind this organization. We're talking to the audience. Please don't flush things down your toilet. It's not supposed to be flushed down your toilet.
This is a good story. Bear time.
Oh, man. I spent 3 solid hours
Woo, it's cold.
using an auger to clean out one of my boss's tenants' drain lines. Now, if you don't know what an auger is, around here they call it a power snake. So it spirals into your drain, catches something that's clogging the drain, you pull it out.
An auger is actually for digging post holes.
Same principle, though. Just a different mechanic.
Your line just reminded me of The Office.
Actually, same mechanic, difference.
Mechanic?
It's actually a different steel.
Well, and an auger for post holes is basically just like a giant bit.
Yeah, it's actually a good point, because the auger for post holes powers through, and moves the dirt up and out.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, an auger for a drain, which I may be calling it incorrectly, versus a power snake, basically goes in, and you can put an auger bit on them, which is very similar to the post hole digger.
Yeah. Which,
3-inch
hopefully
drain
you
anyway.
don't need that.
Oh, you need it all the time.
I said hopefully you don't.
All the time I use those. They come in 3 sizes, because you got to drill a pilot hole, and then a slightly bigger pilot hole, and then the final auger to clear the drain.
And then you throw the piece in there with the butterfly so you can rip it out of there.
Yep. Or the stereotypical spiral. Mm-hmm. That hooks them pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
You got to modify the tip, and then throw the pliers away. Anyways,
or burn them in fire, and then they're sterilized.
Even then, I let them soak in some alcohol solution overnight, and then scrub them with water.
211. That kills everything.
Yeah, it does. Because brain cells, all right. 3 hours, I was augering or power snaking this drain of this renter's. Oh man, I can't begin to tell you.
3 hours later.
Sorry, guys, it's gonna get a bit
This
gross.
is the we're getting real part of the podcast.
This is gross for guys.
Hey, you know what?
For everyone.
Doesn't matter.
But
They know what they're in for. We started with farts.
but we're classy. Mm-hmm. I pulled out, what was it, 19 tampons?
Something like that, yeah.
Used tampons. Now, the entire idea behind a tampon was back in World War I think, World War II, where they realized that a certain mixture of cotton would expand when it hit liquid. So obviously, you get a bullet hole, you shove a little bit of cotton in there.
And it goes, yeah.
Expands it, stops the bleeding.
Because it's putting pressure.
Still sanitary, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
That's why they're called Sandy tubes.
fantastic uses for this invention.
Bloody noses.
But basically, don't throw those down your toilet,
No,
because it's
Not at
a
all.
long tube full of moisture.
And that science experiment, you drop it in the cup of water and it goes,
Yeah.
not that fast, but
And baby wipes.
yeah, baby wipes are worse.
So
You can buy flushables, but
Yeah, you can. For $1 more.
Mm-hmm.
For convenience, obviously.
people want the smell pretties.
3 hours snaking that dress.
So gross.
3 hours. I nearly barfed twice. And that takes quite a bit to put me to there.
That's funny. When I got something to go along with your whole thing. I know you still have more to it, but our old landlord when I was growing up, they had the same situation as like we had here at this house, where the pipe going from the house to the city drain was concrete, so roots and all that crap was in there. You know, so it blocked it.
So crushable.
Close.
Yeah.
Very close. So they're trying to figure out like how to get this going and try to figure it out.
I'm going to use a church key.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
So
church key.
he took a nice big old bit, but not that big, ½ inch. Inch drill bit. Drilled down through.
Oh, no.
No, it was good. It was good because he
Oh, no.
wanted to get it because it was really bad in the house. So he went through it. As soon as he pulled it up,
Oh, no.
he about that close.
Oh, no.
If he was 2 seconds off of his little jump back, that stream would have went right in his mouth. As soon as he pulled that bit up, it was just like
He was
all
probably a little bit downhill, just a few inches downhill. No,
this was just because there was so much backed up in the house.
That's exactly it. Yeah, because the house is a little bit higher.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So that pressure going
so it
down,
just went,
and he gets a sudden relief.
I mean, literally, half inch from hitting his mouth. And it was a good, from the ground, it was about that far up. So, I mean, it was
from that.
It was close. We all were like, whoa! That was close.
Oh,
He's also the guy that there was a dead possum on his trailer. And he had, respirator and everything on because it was gross. He knew where it was. And he reached out, knew where it was, and he grabbed it and went, because it's so gross, all rotten, ripped off, went, barfing into his respirator.
Oh, no.
And it was one of the good ones, too,
Oh.
Just... I bet he can still taste it.
Yeah, I bet it can.
I don't know why it's so funny, but it is.
It's funny because it
makes
happened
me
to someone
happy.
else.
Yeah, I've had some gross since I popped a dead fish's eye once and it squirted on me. I didn't throw up, but it was like close.
Oh, you're right, because they'd skin over, wouldn't they?
So I touched it and it went,
You want to tell the audience about that special carpet you cleaned recently?
Oh, yeah, that nasty one. I'm a carpet cleaner by trade. This was not
Now, that is a trade, by the way. That is not janitorial.
It is a
Well,
legitimate
I mean, it is
job.
janitorial, but
It's a
he
service.
actually has certifications.
Yeah.
And that, to me...
I'm certified.
in-
I'm bona
in
fide.
several aspects of that. That, to me, sets it apart as an actual trade versus a service.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of intermingle, but I'm sorry. You
Yeah,
were
no,
saying-
it's a good. I mean, I enjoy it. I think it's a good job. I like it.
It's nice
This
to
is-
see when it's all done,
This is
right?
what I would like to do, but yeah, when it's something.
Oh, this
usually-
works so much better.
Church works great. That's yeah. Don't buy the bottle opener rings. They're garbage.
They look cool, though.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sorry. You were saying
They look
I
cool, but they're
interrupted you something.
garbage. That's fine. So I do jobs.
Trying to get this in Mick's shirt pocket.
Fail.
Hang on.
Fail. Yeah, right in the eye. I have about top 3 worst ones that I've ever done in my entire life. My dad has his top 2 because he wasn't on with me on the last one that takes the cake. I feel bad for the person.
Baby boomers.
I
They always luck out.
feel really bad for the person because the doctors gave her like the end of the month to live, like this month. So I'm not sure if she's even alive now or not.
Did you get paid yet?
Yeah.
That was
I
cold.
did.
but
I did.
I had to
She was
joke.
really nice. She was very nice. But she was like had a congestive heart failure. She was blind in one eye, legally blind in the other. Couldn't hardly walk. She lost everything in a lot of like her furniture stuff in the flood we had a few years ago when it was like a war zone in Aberdeen with all that whole slough off.
Yep.
And she slept in a recliner that was broken completely because the landlord said, "I'll get you a new mattress and stuff," and never did. But she had 4 little dogs.
Aberdeen slumlords.
Yeah. 4 little dogs. She was in the hospital for a week. Nobody let the dogs out. But this was more than a week because she can't see.
Right.
Can't feel her legs. So if she's stepping on stuff, she doesn't know.
No.
It was about that thick of dog poops and mushed dog poop. I spent 2 hours scraping, getting up. I probably got
Scraping.
like with, scraping. I probably got 50 pounds worth of crap out of that carpet, and it was probably the size of a studio apartment for the carpet. A bedroom and a living room, size of a studio apartment. It's bad. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. But it was really weird because the smell didn't like make me like want to throw up. It was bad, but it wasn't disgusting. I mean, looking at it was disgusting. My feet were sticky. It was gross. But it didn't make me sick, which is weird because the second worst job I ever done came 20 feet from the door, and you're like, oh my God, the pee smell. Yeah, and that was another old lady who didn't let her dog out. 3-legged corgi. But the caretakers weren't taking care of her. That's the sad part. And so that every year they'd call us when it was about inspection time. They're pulling something on her. Because they had power of attorney.
Yep.
Yeah. I love my job, but then I hate my job. But then you find all the weird stuff, like dildos and porn and stuff in these old people's places. That's always a weird one. That one will stick with me. 80-something-year-old couple cleaning their closet, and I just look up. And there's about 3 box sets. And I think it was a bondage game. Something like that. I'm like, I don't know if I should be grossed out or impressed. Because, ew. But like, hey, they're keeping it alive. I mean, but still ew. And then, the random fleshlights out in the middle. And right there.
Right on display.
Come on!
Well, they did.
Gross. That was really funny. The one house that Bobby and I looked at before we bought this one. So people were like, oh yeah, go ahead and, we'll show you around. And people live there. Mm-hmm. So we're looking around like, oh, it doesn't look too bad. We go in the bedroom. Of course, the first thing I notice is the lover's bag. Big lover's bag. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then I turn and look on the mantle, and there's some bondage cuffs hanging from the mantle that Bobby didn't notice. Like, well, okay. I think I would have put those away if I knew somebody was coming to look at my house. Then we go to the basement.
Oh my.
I don't like to use the terminology, but it was a rape dungeon. It was. There's no other way around it. What the original house was this was like the servants' quarters, so where they could take a bath, take a shower and stuff. But the I don't know if it's in Hostel. I think it's in Hostel. The scene in Hostel where the person's just like in the room and it's sort of weirdly bluish light and there's a dripping faucet. It's like the stereotypical like horror movie thing. There's an old shower head.
All right.
And it was dripping, and it was gross and rusty. And then there was this beam with an eye hook and a set of cuffs.
Yeah, I see where you're getting at there. It would have been fine until you said set of cuffs.
Even the eye hook was very questionable.
The eye hook was pushing it, yeah.
But it was like...
Yep.
Oh, I know what these people do. And then we made the mistake of saying, oh yeah, it's a rape dungeon. And, well, we're not buying that house. Good.
Yeah,
I mean,
more of that.
It was kind of cool. The downstairs was pretty cool because it was kind of
Right.
sectioned off and it had its own little shower thing. Like, I could totally see redoing it.
Yeah.
But just going down and being like,
Stuff's going down here.
some things happened here.
Something, no.
I don't know if it was consensual.
Gonna go ahead and nope, right out of this place.
The weird stuff, man. The weird stuff we see.
Oh, the end of my horrible
Yes,
tampon in the sewer.
Yes, and back to the tampons.
Oh man, so we had to call the city to unclog this.
So bad. I feel bad for Tom and Tyler and all them.
Right?
Just like, God damn it again.
So apparently the older guy that lived and died there for probably 40, 50 years had dug the line out himself. Mm. So he had the old sewer line, which was up higher and off the side, temporary, while the new one was put in.
Ah, okay.
So there was still a Y right there, right? So a Y, where you got the old one, the new one, and then it hits the main city line, which is going that way. So that line was fine. This line was fine.
Yeah.
But it was basically antique poo. It was old sludge.
And
there was
and
just just
What
gooing down
probably a lot of it
drop
was?
the new line.
If it was an old person, probably grease. A lot of grease, because the old thing to do was run hot water and run your grease down the drain. I mean, I still every now and then I do that, but there's a line. You don't just take your chicken grease and go, or your bacon grease, but all bacon grease. Who gets rid of bacon grease? Come on,
Right?
I mean, yeah. Ooh,
Come on, get a cast iron pan, make that bacon grease work.
How many times have you had to see that? I told Jan about
So many times.
About her.
So many times.
Cleaning it about 3 or 4 times before you, and she goes, "Oh no."
I finally just pulled a Mick,
Yeah.
and I started buying paper towels.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So once it's cool after you cook, just wipe it down with a paper towel.
You wipe it down with a paper towel, and if you have to clean it, like if you cook like a chili or if you cook a sauté in or something like that, hot water, scrape it out a little, wipe it down,
Heat it up
you heat it up, throw a little bacon grease on it, wipe it off.
Exactly.
Because you're going to use it within the next couple days. But anyways, I just saying.
You know
so
what I was doing.
that sludge was falling down. Finish the story off. Finish it.
All right, so a Y in plumbing
Yes,
is exactly what you would think a Y is.
it's a Y.
It's 3 tubes that connect like a Y.
Yeah.
So you got, the main shaft and one offshoot. I hope that wasn't a gang symbol. Anyways.
Juggalo.
So you...
Sorry, I've just been watching Always Sunny.
You got your old line coming down. I should turn this to the camera.
You're
and then
fine.
you got your new line, which is being used actively, coming down. And then your main line's going that way, so obviously it cuts into the city main, which is in the alley of all things.
That
Actually kind of makes a little bit more sense.
does.
So if they really had to dig up something,
It's in the alley.
it's in the alley
Yep.
instead of the main street.
Yep, and
That makes a lot
they
of
don't
sense.
have to go through pavement.
Yeah.
Your main water comes through the pavement, but sometimes they can run the sewer at the other one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
A lot of sense. Actually, that's good stuff. There is some good utilities being done around here.
yeah.
They made me run my electrical lines underground because they were cut off for about a year before I bought the place. I had absolutely no problem with this because I think
that's
all lines, electrical lines, should be run underground.
It's all grounded.
Yeah.
Dad jokes.
So the old
I'm
sludge,
supposed to
we'll
eat a
call
drink.
it, was just slowly gooing into that line as their new poop was trying to pass through.
Yeah, it's like that suction because of the suction of it. Yeah.
Yep, and it was summer, so
Oh.
it was nice and warm. And
Yeah.
oh, that was so gross. Now I measured it out, and the
Cup to cup?
snake I was using,
Uh-huh.
was more than likely taking those tampons from the city main.
Gross.
This wasn't even the people I knew.
Gross.
I mean, like, if
That's so bad.
I mean, these are
Oh.
nice tenants. They're good people. Like, I know they're not stupid enough to flush that many things that shouldn't be flushed. Now, okay, we all have bad days. We all have stupid days. We all have one too many days.
Yeah.
But-
Sometimes I don't even want to flush that turd. You're like,
Right?
Will it go down?
You kind of almost
just
want
don't
to
even-
stab it with a stick,
it-
put it in a bucket, and haul it outside
Like-
somewhere. I'm sorry,
but
but
does
men
it
were
have a-
made to poop in
Does
the
it
woods.
have a pulse? We've all had those days.
There's so many times I've just had to stop myself.
Just turn around.
from-
Holy
Exactly. I've had to stop myself from sending all of you guys a picture.
I mean,
'Cause I was
it'll
so
happen.
Gosh darn proud.
It'll happen one of these days. I almost sent you that one of the Chihuahua. I didn't, against my better judgment.
Appreciate that.
It was because it took me about 5 minutes to realize what it was. I'm like,
He says Chihuahua, but what I heard was chalupa.
it basically was a burrito.
Yep. Yep.
I was like, what in the hell?
Oh. Speaking of burritos, and back to food.
And poop. We're sticking on the
And
poop
back to
subject.
food. The Maxi Teriyaki in Cosmopolis. They have a special sushi that is called the Sunday Morning.
Nice.
It
Is it a
is-
crunchy?
Oh, it is deep fried
Yep.
sushi with cream cheese in the middle of it.
That's a good one. That one's good. I prefer like California rolls though.
Yes.
Personally, just because
Have you had their
it's
spider roll?
spider roll's good. Yeah, that one's good.
Oh, yes.
I like the Philly roll's good. That's what Bobby usually gets.
Mm-hmm.
California is my go-to. Just because
Yep,
it's
the basic.
fake crab.
Their vegetable roll. Their veggie roll. Oh, it's so tasty.
Who are you? Veggie roll.
I'm
Meat
sorry,
man.
but
Meat. Who cares if it's artificial? Meat
as a
man.
go-to, like
Yeah.
if you're uncertain what to order a vegetarian dish, and then order something that you're not sure about that has a whole lot of
the
meat in it.
California roll. I don't think you heard
Right.
me, son. What you heard was, bring me some eggs and bacon. What I said was, bring me all of your eggs and bacon.
But sir, the number 12 is a party dish that feeds like 10 people. I know what I'm about, son.
It's an 18-ounce sirloin on top of a 16-ounce, or no, it's a 16-ounce sirloin on top of an 18-ounce porterhouse. I call it a turf and turf. I'm gonna eat this meat and I'm gonna smoke this cigar because I'm a man. So you can't smoke this in here. I'm gonna eat this meat and then go outside and smoke this cigar
Yep,
because
yep.
I'm a man.
That respects other people's air quality.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love Ron Swanson. I almost really want to get that.
Such a nice guy.
I have that picture, and I like it'd be a great tattoo, but I want it, but I don't because it's his face and it says, "Don't half-ass anything, whole-ass one thing."
Don't half-ass two things.
Yeah,
Whole
two
ass
things,
one
yeah,
thing.
two things,
Yep.
yeah. I'm like, such a great quote. Like, nah, I'll just think of it in my head. Think of it in my thinky parts.
I don't often say this, but that would be a great ass tattoo.
What?
All right. On that
That was
note,
pretty good, bud. Pretty good, bud. Yeah. Yeah. On that note,
Sure.
what?
Well, I'm either gonna go pee or
You
we're
can
gonna
go pee.
end this.
You can go pee. We can go for another
All right.
another 10.
You got it.
Another 10 minutes or so. I'll sit here and vamp. I'll redo the
Just gonna go
things.
ahead and bring this delicious beer with me.
He's gonna pee in it. Oh, that noise. Why? Oh. No, just go ahead. Just walk across. Walk across. You see the top of your head. The things. You know. The hell. Hey, an orange. Back that one. That was way off. Oh, that one hit me. Okay. Hey, look, oranges. No. Well, they're kind of squishy, but you're gonna have to suffer through me eating this orange. That's what you're gonna have to do. I'm gonna go ahead and vamp though, and say, again, follow us on Twitter at official SMF. That is official with one I. Also, subscribe to the channel. Like us. Like this video. Comment if you want to be entered into the Fairy Blossom Festival weekend giveaway, because that's something that's pretty awesome. We're footing the bill for that. You can hang out with us, especially if you're 21 and over. You can come and hang out with us. You can do all this awesome stuff. You can come play some games. You can see all the sweet things. You don't have to dress up if you don't want to, but, you know, it's encouraged. It's very encouraged. I'm going to get orange because it's really good. It's going to be cool. It'll be so fun. Marcus is going to be there from Nerd Buzz, so we know that. And I believe also Jeremiah from Nerd Buzz is going to be there. We're going to plug them, even though we don't want to give them a whole lot of advertising, even though they give us some advertisement. You didn't hear that, Marcus. Check out Nerd Buzz. They're pretty sweet podcast. They talk about all the nerdy stuff that you want to hear about. And they drink a beer and talk about that as they do it. The last one they did was a review on their month's wrap up of things. Then see, what else did they do? They have another one coming up really soon, probably this week or probably next week, wherever it is. Just walk in front of it.
It smells like tangerines in here.
It's good.
Tastes better after you drop them a couple of times.
I like it a lot. I was kind of trying to vamp, but trying to eat orange at the same time. It's really good.
So tasty.
Yeah. That's what, for the audio listeners. But yeah, check them out as well. Well, please, subscribe. Keep up with our content. We have some other things coming in the works. We've just been really lax on our other content besides this because Fairy Blossom is the biggest thing. We haven't had time to do any.
We
just for the
have
XP.
been crafting.
Yeah. Well, and I took that little bit of time off of not drinking, so that put a stop to just for the XP. Although, dude, we got an awesome comment on there on our first episode of that. Dude said, best game ever. Yep. That is the #1 game. Love it. Which we need to finish that. As well as we need to, or we're going to start doing some small snippets. My thought is we'll do an episode or two, or probably one episode of 3 different games each, and then throw it out to the viewers and see which one they would like to see us play.
Yeah.
Because I just found out that Bard's Tale was on the NES before it was on PS2.
Yep.
I did not know that, and I feel bad saying that, but I think that would be a good game for us to sit down and play.
I have such fond memories of the NES. That Zelda, that was my first introduction into the entire world of Zelda.
That was anybody's.
And, well, after that, I went back to the NES.
Wait. Which one? Which one did you do first?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, so you went Link to the Past.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. And then, oh man, did I enjoy that game.
And then you went to Legend of Zelda.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
The one that a lot of people probably haven't played is Zelda 2. Which they went from top-down game to side-scroller. Which is weird.
I tried that one.
I want to go through all of them. I want to go through all of them. I want to play the first one and do the second one. Because I've only played a little bit of the second one. Because it wasn't... back when you were younger, it's like, well, this isn't Zelda. It's like same character, but it's not the same thing. Nowadays, we're like, well, this is great because this is a different perspective.
That's the good part about aging, is that we appreciate things a little bit more if they're antique. I want to apologize to the viewers. I can't hold still.
Just adjust your mic up a little.
If you can't hold, will, but
I mean, why? Just pull it up a little.
Over the Memorial Day weekend, I just
Push it back.
couldn't stop working. And what I got, unfortunately, from that was quite a bit of back pain. So
gross.
Yeah, so me
Not
rocking back and forth. Well, the back pain too is also quite gross.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I can't hold still. I'm not on any drugs, I swear. I just
He's on all the drugs.
Way too much back pain,
Every
man.
single one. All of them.
It wasn't even heavy lifting.
That's what she said.
Well, it was a little bit of heavy lifting. Those precast panels.
You know what we
damn.
You know what we need to play as an SMF play is freaking Tricky.
SMF Tricky.
Because we have...
Wait, no. SSX.
SSX Tricky.
What is SMF?
Us.
Oh.
Us.
Us.
Us. this podcast you're on. And my voice cracked. Diddly potatoes.
You see what I did there? Okay.
I did.
As long as someone appreciates it, I'm fine.
I seen it.
But anyway, for the next couple of days, if I'm on a podcast and you see me go,
He's just having a heart attack.
Yep, that's just my back. I'm fine. Be fine in a couple of minutes. But that was from textured the living room ceiling.
I haven't seen it yet. I will though soon.
Don't look too close.
I'm sure your wife has seen it.
So with sheetrock, you're supposed to do about 3 coats. If you're a
Yep, there it is. It was like that long round.
that was the kill cam of dad jokes. The kill cam of dad jokes. Like, he was just watching me die.
Watch this. Boom.
Stop making me laugh. It hurts. So with sheetrock, you're supposed to do about 3 coats. Mm-hmm. And your first coat is throwing mud on the walls. And you use about a 6-inch paddle. Mm. Paddle, blade, dive, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, blade.
Second coat.
Paddle blade.
Yeah, the second coat.
It's a dice paddle blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say dice? No.
Yeah, sure.
Well, no. What was you said? Paddle blade and
knife.
Knife.
Yeah.
So it's a paddle blade. A knife.
It's basically a putty knife.
It's a paddle. Paddle blade knife. Paddle blade knife. There you go. Ha. Got it.
Stop making me laugh.
Had to think of the words. A paddle blade knife because it's not really a sharp knife, but it's a paddle-shaped blade.
Yep.
So it's a paddle blade knife.
But so basically, your first coat is about your 6-inch wide knife. Mm-hmm.
Your average.
It's just a putty knife, right? And you're just throwing mud up on the wall. You're making it a little bit more concave than it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And then your second coat is your 10-inch knife, your 10-inch blade, whatever you want to call it.
You're above average. Keep going your story.
And then your third coat is your finish coat, mm-hmm. which is your 14-inch.
Which is just disappointment in the morning.
Like, if you want to throw a 12-inch in there somewhere, whatever's your preference.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Oh, there you go. For you, Marcus.
Couldn't help it.
Marcus is your lady. So.
Anyways, that's basically how you do sheetrock taping.
Nice.
But I pretty much stopped the 10-inch.
Yeah.
And I just textured the bejesus out of it. And I just did knockdown. So knockdown is an orange peel.
Yeah.
Which is basically the of texture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then 10, 15 minutes later, you come by with a 14-inch knife and you just knock it down. Yeah. You just knock it flat.
Hence, knockdown texture.
Exactly. As it's drying,
it's not like that stuff that would kill your head when you were playing at your grandparents' house and somebody throw you in the air. And
I have
impale yourself on the...
Right?
You go, woo! What the...
Oh, he did.
Oops. Sorry. Why is he bleeding in 14 places? Well, we were playing a game
sheetrock texture.
The ceiling... Oh, I totally get it.
Yep. I have the bit for that. Mm-hmm. The mop, if you will.
Uh-huh.
Used it once.
Nope.
Never used... No.
Sometimes people do the...
Nope.
They'll do the sponge, like the one sponges, and they'll just... Yeah, very much, yeah. On the pole, and just...
Yeah, it's similar.
When our friends redid their living room and they were doing all that, the dude that did it, was her nephew, something like that. He was, what he did for work, so he had the stilts and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So he had 2 pairs with him, but he let me use them. By the time we had to leave...
So damn nervous.
By the time we had to leave, I could run across the yard with potholes.
Nice.
I mean, just full sprint. Like, I was like a robot. Like, ching, 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 ching. And then whoa. Good. Trudging along. Oh, jumping. If you do it right, you can do that nice spread, and your foot would land just right.
Nice.
4 feet. I think they're 4 foot stilts.
Yeah, it's something similar.
Yeah, because I think they're 4 to 6, or no, 4 to 8, 4 to 8 foot, so you could adjust them. And I had them at 4 foot. Man, I was just hauling across this yard.
Next time I see a set of those for sale, I will buy them.
You should. They're fun.
We need to do a podcast of that with
On
some
stilts.
practice
Well,
and a nice safe
area. We can just do some videos. Throw it up.
Yeah, it's a little tiny video or something. And guys, if you got a suggestion,
Sorry, weird cough. Just dying. It's fine. Go ahead.
just let him die. He's
Yeah,
enough.
go ahead,
He'll
yeah.
be fine.
Just let me die.
Gamers don't die; they respawn. Guys, if you have a suggestion of something you want to see us do, or you want to see us attempt to do,
Within reason. Marcus.
Shut up, Marcus. Go ahead.
Okay, it's all
Comments.
Jack's fault. It's all Jack's fault.
Of course, it's Jack's fault.
Although, I wish we had a Jack that we could make fun of. And that would deal with all my tech stuff so I wouldn't have to deal with it. I don't want that. You eat it. It's good.
Ha!
Right here. Now it'll feel normal. Aw. Damn it.
We're gonna have to eat that one first.
You can if you want to. I ain't going to touch it.
Oh, anyways, my back pain comes from me just leaning back on my laurels, or yannies, if you will,
Yannies.
and doing all the knockdown
your
the
yannies?
textures. And doing all the knockdown the textures, and then leaning back up. And part of the back just doesn't want to lean back up. It wants to stay way back there.
It's funny. That reminded me of, I've been listening to the Hello from the Magic Tavern.
Yes.
And I'm at a point now. I'm about halfway through, or not quite halfway. I'm probably like a fourth of the way through what they're at right now, because almost 300 episodes. And
Hot damn.
Usador, they're like, so how do you get up in the morning? And Usador's like, he says, because he's the wizard. He says, I sleep at a 90-degree angle, and when I wake up, I shoot straight up. Just wham! Completely naked. And then I fly through the chimney. And when I come out, I'm completely dressed in my robes.
One hell of a chimney.
And he said he spent a night in a horse one time. Like, yeah, like, you just like, you had to sleep. And like, yeah, it was inside of it. Like, oh, so you woke up, you just shot it. Oh, yeah. Like, horse entrails and intestines just everywhere. Just shot up out of that horse. Oh, it's great. Once you get there, I won't spoil it all. I think it's great.
Thank you.
Go check out Hello from the Magic Tavern. It's a great podcast.
I will get to that.
I hope we can contact them in Foon at some point. I want to contact them. Maybe we can try to send them a message, because I'd like to know more about Foon.
How do you send the Magic Tavern a message?
well,
I mean, is it a pigeon? Is it a rocket? A cannonball?
There's many ways. Usador has his wizardy ways of,
I mean, a messenger
killing
would
a
be
goat
fine.
and taking its blood and sprinkling it on a flower and then crying softly to yourself and then thinking of Usador, and you can contact him. Or you can send stuff to Cards Against Humanity in the keep of Arnie Niekamp in Chicago, and they can shove it through the portal. Behind the,
Way up there,
yeah,
Morty.
like there's still a slight disturbance, and they can shove stuff through this portal behind the Burger King. So I think we should send them a podcast.
We should do that.
We should send them something.
We should film it as well.
Well, yes.
I just said film it.
We
I
are
feel
filming it.
So old
We're filming
right now.
it right now. This is filming. This is live.
But we're not
It's not
using
live.
film.
Doesn't matter. Still film.
It's
Still
digital.
Filming. You're still filming. Digital film.
So old.
Digital film.
So old.
Digital.
World.
That's the wrong one.
I was stuck in a well. Couldn't help it. Sorry. Oh man. As far as work rants go, I'm all right. I mean,
Yeah.
the boss is getting old. He's losing it.
That happens.
Supervisor's getting old. He ain't losing it though.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting
That
old. Happens to everyone.
You're gone, so.
Oh, I'm peace out. Long time ago, man.
Check that stamp. Done.
But in about a year, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, I'll be gone. I'll be in a different part of the country,
Yeah.
different part of the state.
Hopefully not too quick, but.
Well, I got that little tiny Festiva that gets about 40 miles to the gallon.
And also, if we get a new laptop, I can, on the road.
Yep.
Which we
Yep.
get. I'll also have to get a new co-host. Maybe I'll break in Dustin. Dustin. We're hopefully can have him on.
I got faith you'll find someone.
Hopefully him on. Maybe. Nothing else. You also have to listen to me. Right up in my face, just me sitting here talking about nothing and everything. Stuff like that.
Yep. So I'm gonna have to wander into a new town, new to me anyway. And
I'm a cowboy. Bang, bang, bang. Shoot a gun. basically what's gonna happen.
I have an anecdote.
Do you? Is it in there?
All right.
Where's it at?
So, my buddy John, I should say our buddy John,
My buddy
Jonathan
Norm.
Broussard.
Brucey!
And-
For Bruce!
For Bruce. For the Johnny for Bruce. We love this guy. Freaking
and
brilliant.
you will meet Bruce at the Fairy Blossom Festival. Bruce is good. Bruce is
But
great.
Jonathan Broussard, hopefully, I could probably invite him. I bet I can contact him.
Oh, do it, yeah.
Yeah, because my sister still knows him.
I would like to see him again.
He's a lot like me. Like, sometimes he'll just drop off the ledge of social media.
He's a lot like you, but
He
then
really
he's
is.
not.
We'll get to that in a minute.
For a certain reason. For one particular reason.
He's nice. Anyway, so, John, if you don't mind me throwing this out there.
Oh, almost on your face.
Wow, I could have caught that if I was really trying to. So, Jonathan Broussard is one of the smartest, kindest,
Go ahead, keep talking. I'm just playing.
really, really admirable, I'm so close to catching that.
So close.
Admirable human being. So, John, if you don't... Admirable, that's quite a bit of the bitters.
Don't. If I say something, just keep going. Just keep going. Improv, man.
If I had kids, I would just absolutely
You would-
love for them to be like Jonathan Broussard.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
Also, he's black.
Yes, and there's the that's
John,
it.
if you don't mind me throwing that out there.
Yeah.
And now, so
They'll notice. I think they'll notice.
John and I were driving in his little car, which had just fantastic gas mileage, which is why he kept it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
He was driving, I was riding passenger, and we were just going through some podunk neck of the woods next to Poulsbo, Washington. And we basically got pulled over by the police because it was a black guy driving. Nothing wrong with his car. Nothing wrong with his tabs.
Just doing
nothing wrong with his license.
Just a random check.
Nothing wrong with his behavior as a driver of a vehicle. I mean, this guy is, I mean, he's by the book.
Yeah.
He
can BS his way through any conversation.
Oh yeah, and he is super polite.
And even his short little hair, he always put it in those tiny little things, which is kind of like, I understand the blackness in you, but you gotta do that stereotype.
And
I don't mean to do my black
sometimes
voice, but it's not my black voice, but I had some friends, and
Man.
ooh, now it's Southern, now it's slavery. No, man, we're gonna talk about that now.
No.
Gonna be Kanye. It's a choice.
Now
That's what you're saying.
the police was fine with it. He had just this white stereotype of the white authoritative sort of, I gotta pull this guy over because I don't know him.
Yep.
It was in the middle of a freaking parade.
Did he pull out in a parade?
Oh, lights on and everything.
No. Did John pull out into a parade?
No.
Oh.
So the parade was taking up the main street. Mm-hmm. So the side streets were a little bit clogged. Mm-hmm. Right? So you got just slow traffic going through the side streets.
Woo!
John got pulled over.
Well,
just DWB.
Yep.
Is what he told me once the policeman was all done.
DWB.
Yeah, DWB. And that was the first time I've ever seen that. And
really?
Yeah, it is. And now Jonathan was super polite. All of his papers were in order. I mean, let's face it, guys. Every one of us has driven without the proper insurance papers once or twice in our lives.
Yes.
Yeah, you're damn right. We all have.
Think. Yeah.
And every single piece of this guy's paper was in order. The policeman had nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely no reason to pull this guy over. And he still...
Yeah.
He still took his sweet time.
Oh, of course.
Getting to know Jonathan.
Probably making sure he didn't have any warrants or anything like that going.
Right? I mean, the guy is just squeaky clean because he's such a nice guy. He's lived such a nice, honest life. And he still got pulled over just because of racism. Mm-hmm. And that will never stop bugging me.
I got a really funny story, though. I'm not going to use the word that he used because it's a friend that, he's a black guy. He's light-skinned. Like me with a tan. Like a heavy tan. They're in the fridge. They're over there. You can get yourself your own damn beer.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard the story or not. I don't think you have. It was one of our friends from up north, one of my friends, and light-skinned dude. Went to his friend's house in the basement. A bunch of other guys, but they were quite a bit darker than he was. And he walks down and he says, "Man, there's a room full of Negroes down here." Didn't say Negroes, but because he can. And the one guy there looked at him and said, "Not anymore." Because he's light-skinned. It was, oh man, if he told it to you, it'd be so much better because he used the word he can use.
Right.
But just the fact that he's like, "Man, it's a whole room full." Like, not anymore, there ain't, because you're here, and that was the whole thing.
Actually, sorry.
So I've got away with saying that the word once, but not with the R, with the A.
Beef curtains. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
I've only done it once, and it was in very, very good taste. Very good taste. My very, very dark friend was trying to get my attention. I was explaining something to somebody, and he was on the phone. And he just kept saying my name. So finally I just turned, and I said the word, but I said, like, "Brother what?" But instead of brother, I said the other one. And he lost it. He had to hang up his phone. He's like, "I gotta call you back, man. I gotta call you back." He laughed for a good, 10 minutes. He just kept saying my name over and over. It was like, "What?" Of course, I was rapping at the time, too, so it was fine.
Right.
Man, I won't do that now. It was
not bad, by the way. I've heard some of yours.
It was pretty great, though. It was one of my best moments with Dez. Because it made him... He had to stop his conversation he was having on the phone, and it was something important. He had to stop. It was great. Loved it. Would you like one of these, or would you like a Ballard?
Whatever you don't feel like. That reminds me of one of the few times I've used that particular word when I've had just probably quite a bit too much. And
good taste, though.
I don't know. In retrospect, man, I
was
think
it with Jonathan?
No, actually, it was
with somebody else of color.
Yeah, but the good news is they laughed immediately.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel too bad.
That happens with my brother all the time, though.
Right.
He lives in Seattle, and his friends are like that. Like, Yeah, they use it all the time.
Yeah.
It makes us feel uncomfortable. I can understand that. Everybody's doing it. Like, I'm just this sore thumb sticking out here, just.
Right? I lived in Seattle, Renton for 4 or 5 years, somewhere around there.
You know what Renton sounds like? Renton sounds like when you've already started your car, but you forgot that you start your car, so you try to start it again. That's what Renton sounds like.
That's how the entire city is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, yeah, someone asked after I've had just probably quite a bit too much. Someone yelled out to me, "Hey, what does Cadillac stand for?" No, not Cadillac. Pontiac.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, someone yelled out to me, "Hey, what does Pontiac stand for?" As if it's an acronym, and I just responded without thinking. Just bypass the old filter there, and still feel kind of bad about that one, but I mean, just like instant laughter. So
well, I mean, Renton is that's basically the community there too, anyways.
Yeah, and I mean,
and they know you're not doing it in a facetious way. You're not like angry. It was
exactly.
It was one of those drunk guy comments, like shut up.
When I was a really, really little kid, I had
now it's gonna get racist.
Sideburns and everything, even as a little dude. I had asked my dad when he was still alive, "Dad, why do people come in different colors? Why do we got different
different shades of white
skin colors, right?" And he sat me down. He just told me straight out one of the most important things I've ever learned from my father, and he said, "Son, it doesn't matter." I gave him a southern accent for this one. Yeah, for this particular anecdote. 4. And he said, "Son, if that guy over there, thank you very much, gets cut, he's going to bleed bright red blood."
2 of them, right in front of you.
Oh, thank you very much. "Son, if you get cut, you're going to breed.
You gonna breed.
You're going to bleed.
You get cut, you gonna breed. I ain't gonna cut ever."
Bright red blood. "Son, if I get cut, I'm going to bleed bright red blood." And he just reiterated this to me several times.
Teaching you not to be racist.
Doesn't matter what your skin looks like. Doesn't matter what your hair looks like. Doesn't matter what your face looks like. Doesn't matter what clothes you're wearing. Doesn't matter what car you're driving. If you get cut, try not to get cut.
Yeah.
That's it. Just try not to get cut. But if you do get cut, it's all the same color.
I want the 70s badass one.
Oh, this is a fantastic
Love that one. I picked that up for like 50 cents.
bottle opener.
Yep. Guess what we're going to be making? Some of these. And they have brass rivets in them. Mm-hmm. Or brass pegs.
Yeah, and it's kind of the rivet peg where you take the peg, it's a little bit long on each side, and you just crunch it.
No, I don't think they did that.
Little bit, I bet they did. Just a little bit.
I think they were just brass pegs, and they went zzz on a saw. Both sides.
Definitely possible.
So look at it. Because there's no...
Well, you gotta open your beer first.
No, I'm saying... Well, that's fine. Just look at it. Because there's no, squish mark. It looks like they put the peg in, and then they ran it on a saw. It's flush.
Nope. Push hard.
That's what she said. Well, I mean, you have a... Nothing's perfect. But... I don't know.
I think they smacked it real hard and then cut it flush.
They could have.
Mick and I are getting into some really, really fantastic
Oh, it's got a 3-leaf clover on it.
And actually,
3-leaf clover.
Jeff,
it's got a clover on it.
Jeff, our neighbor, is coaching us a little bit, and
Yeah, he helps a lot. He knows a lot about wood. He's a very good woodworker. He's very, very good.
have you
Zordon,
seen,
what do you need?
have you seen his
What
ironwood?
you need?
I mean, most
iron?
woods, when it's cut and you got a chunk of scrap wood in your hands, you can press your thumbnail into it. Ironwood presses your thumbnail back.
The ironwood is
You
crazy
can't do anything
hard.
to this thing. This is the hardwood of hardwoods. I mean, you throw ironwood in your
It's like-
favorite chop
it's like
saw or
taking-
something, it'll just kill your blade.
It's like if you gave a redwood a Viagra.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
But you didn't just give him one, you gave him like 20.
And we mean old growth.
Oh, yeah.
Old growth.
Old
compressed.
Ooh, I saw some old growth when I was in Idaho.
I know, right?
And it wasn't as big as a lot of them, but it's like, oh man, old growth is so beautiful.
Hot
I got to
damn,
view
man.
logs. I don't know if I talked about that when I was
In darkness.
when I went to Idaho. I got to witness some logging stuff because my cousin does. So cool. I'd love to be able to do that, but I mean, I'd just die. I'm fat. I'm a fat tech guy. I'm not built for the woods.
Couple of months, you'd be fine.
If I put my mind to it, I could do it. But it was
Yeah.
really cool. So they had the main skidder, which was the one that would drop down and he'd hook up the trees, and then they'd pull them up, unhook them. Then there was a machine here, grab them, drop them over. My cousin's machine, his would grab it, and it was all electric. I mean, automatic basically. So he pushed this button, and it finds the end. It goes, finds the end, pulls back a little bit. Goes, two saws come down, snip off the end, pulls it to length, snips it, pulls in length, snips it, and takes off all the limbs and everything. And then the guy at the end grabs them, moves them over here, and this guy over here grabs them, stacks them. Like,
Fantastic.
It's so cool. And the machine that he had, I was like, man, this thing's great. And he goes, nah, it's a turd. I'm like, really? Because it was an excavator, which a lot of them are excavators that are converted into
Right.
logging equipment. His one that he has, oh, man. So
We would just kill
like
for
an excavator-
machines like this.
An excavator is made for down dig. Digging like that.
Down dig, pull, down
So
dig,
you
pull.
have your boom is here, like full boom length is about there.
It's one of these. basically.
Yeah. Well, this is actually more movement than that. But it's like about there. So the other one that he has, he showed us like the comparison because he had the excavator up about there. The actual one that he's gonna be using, hopefully, the boom went up about like that.
Oh.
So it could go out, grab this thing, snip, pull it over, cut the length, drop.
I've
drop,
seen those
pull it down.
driving back and forth here.
There's some. I think you've probably seen the excavator ones.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you've seen the excavator ones. The one that he's got
Still
from
fantastic.
Canada, and oh man, it was so cool. And the guys that would do it too, they have what are they called, talkie tutors? Yeah, talkie tutor. So they go meep meep, and they drop the thing down, drop the chain. He'd beep it and drop the chain down. They'd hook up the chokers, and then they'd beep beep, and they would grab, and it would just they'd kind of tighten up on the chain, pull it up. Like over here and drop it down. The one guy would run over, unhook it, and they'd beep beep, they'd drop it back down.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh, it sucks.
I would love to see this in action.
Oh yeah. Hey, when we go to Idaho, we see. Yeah.
I might take along with you, man.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun.
Yeah.
Me and Levi and my cousin or my uncle was up there, like watching everything going on. Like, yeah, I'd like to do this for a summer. Die.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, I could be the guy just running back and forth, just unhooking the chokers. Be totally fine
Yeah,
with me.
that not a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
I built scissor lifts for Genie Industries.
Oh, yeah?
For about a year.
What was that?
Before I met you, actually. And
Well, now look where your life has gotten you. Just
way
right
up there, Morty.
right in the toilet. Just gone. As soon as you met me.
I enjoyed a lot of the work. I love working with heavy machinery and
it's awesome.
Heavy metals.
No, but before you keep going though, the one more I want to say about the one attachment they have for those machines is for taking like stumps and things like that. I mean, the plate's about that thick, but it's got carbide tips all around it, so it's for grinding and things, and like it'll grab limbs and just.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying he had it up about 3-4 feet off the ground. I had it running just to like get it going because all hydraulic stuff. So with the vortex, picking rocks up, shooting them off like just like it was a bullet, just like
hot.
Just that
damn.
vortex of that thing spinning was grabbing those, and he said it was like big old nuggets. Wham! Taking chunks off a tree. Just
fantastic.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere near that thing when it's going, because it just tear you to bits, grab you up, and you'd be gone. There's no way you would survive anything.
Yep.
Because
you gone.
You got carbide tips, and they're off centered. Like that because it's
curve
grinding, and you have pieces on the other side too that are kind of pushed out and like little nubs. So it just. It's intimidating to see that stuff. It's
right?
Really cool. Ow, sliver. Ow!
That was a fun segue.
As you were saying, your machinery. Ow, God damn it! It's one of those microscopic ones. You keep going. I'm gonna get an old man here for a second.
Grab that bottle cap right there.
Yes, sir.
Scrape your sliver.
Oh no, I want to find this little bastard.
All right. But
I want to meet him face to face.
Building hydraulic machines gave me a unique insight into how they're operated.
Let's give something for the viewers to look at. Old man trying to find a sliver. Ha!
Scrape. Yeah, the scissor lifts I was building.
Got it.
Very nice.
I was like a failed writer. Been working on my first novel for about 5 years.
That's all. You amateur. They taught me how to operate hydraulics, and it's surprisingly universal.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
hydraulics are pretty easy. Like,
yeah, exactly.
for putting them together, yeah. But
operating them is strangely intuitive.
That was one thing with those things. It's like, okay, you have this control here. This, you can like your simulator things. But then you have like 10,000 buttons. It's like, okay,
and some of them work.
This one turns this way. You push this one, and the saws go. Zzz. You push this one, and it makes the head go up. As soon as you let go, though, it flops back down. This one gets your length. You want to make sure that you're faced away from you as soon as you find the length, because it'll put it to whatever length you want it. And if that thing is facing the cab, when you find the length, that tree is coming through the cab, and it won't stop until it finds the length that you're supposed to.
You did.
Well, you're hurt. They said that's happened a few times, like it's been off kilter and just.
Wow.
But yeah, as you're saying.
The excavators that I work on is quite intuitive. Mm-hmm. And you just go real slow. You figure out what everything does.
Not as many buttons, but.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the bucket.
And then you just stop thinking about it. Mm-hmm. And you view it as an extension of your body. And you do the thing that needs to be done.
It's guitar. Same way.
Right? I can't do that with a guitar.
Well, you never played.
Yeah. I've never played, and I've never played well.
Yeah.
But the boss has this mini, which could almost drive into this room and do some dirt work.
Nice.
Almost. I mean, it's about that tall. And
yeah, that's about right.
My first introduction to heavy equipment, and I call the mini heavy equipment, yeah, it's kind of borderline.
Heavy-ish,
yeah. This interesting squeak.
And I really hope that picked up with the mic, because that was a really good squeak.
basically the boss hopped out of his heavy equipment when I had first time hired onto this company, and he said, "Hey, jump in there. You'll figure out how it works. Fell that tree." All right, cool. So I hop in there, and this is my first time in any heavy equipment excavating anything, right? And he made sure there was quite a bit of room around me, so I could just figure it out real slow. And basically, he just went to go do.
Did you have a cutoff?
No, just bucket and thumb. That's it. It was only a small tree.
Oh, so just like grab it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't falling it was just rip this tree out of the ground.
Yeah, had to fell it, rip it out, move it over, and had to get there first. Right? And he gave me quite a bit of space to move around. Mm-hmm. And I just dug a mud pit. I got the hang of it right quick, and I did the thing that needed to be done. But it took me a good 5 minutes to just little movements, movements.
Tank controls.
Yes, exactly.
Because forward, backwards, left, right.
Yep. And the fun thing is with the modern equipment, you have your foot pedals for doing that. And also the foot pedals have sticks coming up for your hands. So you can do it by hand if you want to. And what I found as Dennis has showed me that the minute adjustments are better with your hands. Mm-hmm. For some reason. Like...
Yes, as you're going. Keep going. Come on.
That was it. No,
keep going.
That was it.
Oh, that was the last. Yeah.
That was it.
It makes it so much easier when you can like barely touch it.
Mm-hmm. And you're right about the thumb controls. They're getting more complex.
Yeah, because like his was...
It's basically two joysticks.
It was like this, but with like that many...
Camera?
It was like that many buttons. But yeah, so this is like a little mini keyboard thing. So, I pushed a button. Don't push the buttons. Okay, but like, it's got like a bunch of different buttons on it. So basically, he had the controller, and then he had all of his different buttons that did his things.
Mm-hmm. Hotkeys, if you will.
But like each thing did its specific thing. But you could just see him, he's done it for so long. It was like, he's like, "You want to go here and touch the buttons?" Sure. So I sit in there. Like, well, this button does this. This does this. I go and push nothing. I don't want to push.
And that's the thing about hydraulics. All you got to do is brace your arms on something and make slow, steady adjustments and figure out what everything does.
All electronic now, though. It's so awesome.
I know, right?
It's efficient, so efficient. So they don't have as many people out there working, which sucks for jobs, but it's
for companies.
So, man, so awesome. It's pretty good. You'll see it when we go.
Love heavy equipment.
It's pretty awesome. Like it's very intimidating to see some of the things. Like you can climb up there. It's like 60 feet.
One of my favorite memories in Seattle, working as a waterproofer, a caulker, if you will, was got done with my lunch break on the ground, and there was just no one around. I mean, it was like Friday, way up there in the Queen Anne district, way up there, Morty. No one was around there.
Man, that joke just went. You didn't even hear it.
Didn't hear it.
It's fine.
At all.
So which means you'll have to watch it to hear what I said. To this point. But yeah, it's okay in the Queen Anne because it was a good one.
And I was the only guy caulking there on a Friday afternoon. I was like, well, alright, ain't nobody around, so put my lunch away, wiggled my butt to calibrate just like the cats, and I just climbed on the outside of the scaffolding.
Oh yeah, hey.
Right. 12 stories.
Nice.
Just I had gloves on, so I had a little extra grip there.
But you had scaffolding. I mean, scaffolding's easy. It's like a ladder.
Yeah, exactly. You just climb on the outside of it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, 12 stories up. No problem. No safeties, no rope, no harness, nothing. Just me, saddlebags of tools, good old gloves, just and back to the job. And 12 stories up in the Queen Anne district, you have a fantastic view.
Oh yeah, Queen Anne is amazing.
My personal favorite is looking around, like bright and early in the morning when you get there. Like, I've been on that roof, that siding, that roof, and if the fog clears, that roof over there.
That's like driving around with my grandpa. I could have bought that
Yep.
house and that one and that one. We almost owned that one. You could have owned all of this town.
Buy land.
No.
They've stopped making it. Except for that one Superman with, who was the actor in there?
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, I think so. It was just making real estate.
Yeah, when he was Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
Lex Luthor.
exactly. And if he did that in the dead center of the Pacific Ocean, if he did it slowly, there would have been...
You can make your own island.
Yeah.
Do it. It's okay, yeah, but yeah, you did it.
Montezuma did it, if I'm correct.
Possibly.
Feel free to correct me.
I don't remember.
But if Lex Luthor or Kevin Spacey had did that in the dead center of the Pacific Ocean, and it didn't encroach upon anyone else's landmass, he would not have been a villain at all. He would have been a tycoon.
Power hungry.
Right, but again, someone who's power hungry should be smart enough to not encroach upon somebody else's power.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah, right. I'll give you that.
That's pretty much Lex Luthor. He's a rich dick.
And also, there's the ocean floor to consider.
Yeah.
If it's not high enough, then you'd have to build up, too high.
Then you start growing, man. Hey, how's my driving? I think we're stopped, man. Cheech and Chong. I love it. But those are stories for another time. Well, I think we're getting about time.
Sorry about your face.
I know. My face is so.
Not you. I'm sorry about the audience's face.
I hit the thing. So I'll do one more little plug of what's our goings on and what you guys should do and everything. So, as always, like and subscribe. I look fat. Pause. There we go. Like and subscribe. Go ahead and just comment on this video. You'll be entered into a weekend pass giveaway for the Fairy Blossom Festival. $45 value for free. But it's a contest. So you have to subscribe, you have to comment, and your name will be entered into that contest. We're going to announce it on the 15th. Live.
And it had better be a damn good comment.
And I'm going to be tweeting every day. Live, the 15th, we will announce who the winner is. Because I think that's a good...
It's your mom.
That's a good, 2 weeks beforehand. So, there's that.
Gives you time to plan.
Go to fairyblossomfestival.com if you haven't entered, or even if you do enter, and get your tickets now. Excuse me. Dress up if you want to. Don't have to, but we'd love it if you would. Come check us out. Come see us. Like, subscribe. I think I already said that. Follow us on Twitter at official SMF with one I. And,
we had to be unique.
We did. Well, somebody else already had official. So I'm like, whatever.
Just little modification, no big deal.
Exactly. Well, and thanks for listening to us and enjoying it. Hope you enjoyed all of our ranting and raving and drinking and all this stuff.
Feel free to comment.
It's very mild, very mild one this time. It's very good.
I'm pretty happy with this one.
I actually like this better than the one we lost. I think this one was a lot better.
I just didn't flip off the audience as much this time.
I know you didn't, and I think it's because I didn't have enough wine. But it's okay. I think I'm going to stick with beer.
We might fix that.
I'm going to stick with beer for the podcast, and for I might stick with sake as well, because sake it's wine, but it affects me different as well. Each
we
alcohol
might
affects you different.
Agreed. We might get around to doing. Yes.
We'll do like a sake podcast. We'll do a rum podcast. We'll do a vodka podcast.
We could
the month of liquors.
That's exactly
That'd be
what I
pretty
was
funny.
getting at. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Yep.
All
Well,
right, gents.
everybody, again, like, subscribe, comment if you want to be entered into the contest. And as always, stay stupid, but just don't get yourself in trouble.